What's up, guys? That was Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. What is going on, guys? I hope everybody is having a good week and a good day. This is Let's Talk About It, the show where we talk about anything and everything. I'm your host, Jessica, so let's get into it. Today, I really want to talk about holidays, which I know seems like it is definitely something that is out of season for this time because it's in the spring, so we're pretty much out of the holiday season. But why not talk about it? It's very nostalgic, and I know that it's probably the springtime and you guys are like, that's a really weird thing to talk about, but I was looking at some pictures from Christmas the other day. I was talking to somebody about Halloween the other day, so I figured why not talk about this because it's something that I enjoy. Family to me is really important, and holidays are really big in my family. We do a lot of it together. They're very big holidays, and I wouldn't say like blown out, but they're important to us. We get together a lot, so there's something that are really important to me. So the first thing I want to talk about is Halloween. I feel like Halloween definitely has a very influential stance nowadays. It's more popular than it used to be, I guess, in terms of the fact that you can celebrate it at any age. It doesn't go out of style. It just talks about like how differently you celebrate it because your traditions are going to change as you get older over the years. But it doesn't really stop. So I think the first or like the earliest experiences you have with Halloween would be trick or treating. I remember trick or treating when I was little. I used to love it. Used to get really excited. We had a rule that you wouldn't start until dark. That was like our rule. And I know I used to see all these other kids that would be out there, and like it would be like the sun would be setting, but it wouldn't be totally dark yet. My parents would be like, no, like you have to wait till it's dark. But I definitely think that really added to the atmosphere and the experience of it. I stopped trick or treating around 12 or 13. I just thought I was getting too old for it. It was well, because like once you get to a certain age, it's weird to go knock on people's doors and ask for candy. I feel like, especially when you're up on a porch with a bunch of like 5 and 7 year olds, that's really weird. But I do remember the last time I went was with my brother and my cousin, because my cousin and I are really close in age. And for some reason, we all decided like, oh, we're getting too old for this. But if we're gonna go for one last time, we really want to go together. So that's what we decided to do. And both my parents would switch off when they would take us trick or treating. So like my mom would go with us at first. We would go up one street and then we would circle back to our house, and my dad would take us down the next street, and so like just stuff like that to switch off. But I remember that when we went, I don't even remember what I was. I had a hard time like picking out costumes when I was little. It just wasn't something that I was good at. It wasn't something that I was really passionate about. It was kind of like I don't really care what I go as, but I guess I'll pick something. I think my favorite costumes looking back would probably be I was a witch one year and I really liked that. So I had like the striped leggings and the pointy hat and everything. So I really definitely went all out for the costume, but it was really good. And another year I was a zombie, and that was really cool because my dad got these like fake scars and fake blood, and he did my makeup, and it was really like spooky looking. I liked it. It was really good. I got so many compliments on it. So I think either one of those would be my favorite costumes looking back on it. But even those, I was like, I don't really care what I go as. It'll just kind of be whatever. I don't know if anyone ever did this when you were little, but I did. When you would come back after trick or treating and trade candy with your sibling. My brother had a peanut allergy, so automatically I had first pick at anything peanut butter that he got. So Reese's, Snickers, Butterfingers, anything like that, I had first pick. But in return, I would have to give him all of my stuff. So it would be like, oh, I'll trade you like my, Kit Kat for this and so on. But and just getting everything that you didn't want, and you would just try to trade it away to somebody else. But chances are in your family somebody like that candy, so it all worked out in the end. So it wasn't too bad, but it really taught us like negotiation skills. Like talk about learning good skills for life at an early age. I mean, the negotiation, you had to sit there and really look at it and be like, okay, I want that. So how can I get you to give me that? I just think that was really funny. But now that I'm older, I really enjoy decorating. For Halloween, I think that's probably my favorite part of it. We do a lot of outdoor decorations, and I think those are really fun. My brother is really good at putting things up outside. I don't know, he just has like a knack for it. I don't know, he does it so well. Like he puts them in the ground so they're stable, and like the positioning. But I like doing that the most, I think. We have a lot of the little pumpkins and skeletons, and I think those are just really cute. I just really like it. And I also get so obsessed when I go into like Michael's or like a store that has those ceramic Halloween like decor buildings. I love those so much. And outdoor lights, I'm a really big fan of outdoor lights. My favorite ones to put out are purple and orange for Halloween. I just think that's like one of the best color combos. The green, it depends because I feel like there's Christmas green and then there's the lime green for Halloween. And I just don't feel like I get the right feel with the green. I just think the purple and the orange are so much more festive. But that just could be me. I also like the idea of going to pumpkin patches. I think that's so fun. And during the daytime, it's definitely more family friendly. I feel like in terms with picking pumpkins and going on hay rides, and there's like apple picking, and they have all that kind of fun stuff. But at night, I don't know if any of you guys are from Northern Virginia, because I know we're all from different places. But Cox Farms is really popular from where I grew up, and they have this thing called Fields of Fear. They do it every year, and there's so many things you can do. It's at night, and you purchase a ticket, and the ticket, they have many different things on the tickets that you can do. So there's like a haunted hayride, they have a haunted house, haunted maze, woods. It's a really cool experience. I think getting everything on the ticket is the best like bang for your buck. I think it's great because you get all of the experiences instead of just one or two. And they're really fun because it adds up together and you get really excited for the next thing that you're going to do. So I just think it makes it really fun. But I also like doing haunted houses. There's one that's close to where I live. And one year my dad found it and was like, oh, we're going to go do this. And I never really used to like them. I was always really hesitant because I was like, oh, like that's scary. I don't want people touching me, things like that. And I always end up going first. I don't know how it happens, but I always get pushed to the front and then I end up going first, which is terrible because then everybody else just laughs at me while I get scared. And the last few years I've gone, there's always been one like actor who just follows me around and I don't like it because it creeps me out because they'll just pop out of everywhere and I'm like, oh my gosh, go away, please. But it's really fun and I like going. We've kind of made it a tradition every year that we go, usually over fall break when I'm home because that's a 3-day break with Friday off usually, so it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so we'll usually go one of those days, and I think it's really fun. It's called Darkwood Manor. I don't know if you guys are going to ever check it out, but if you're curious, look them up online. They have different themes every year. It's really cool. I would definitely suggest going. It's kind of been a tradition in my family for the last few years now, and I really enjoy doing it, so I hope we keep doing it. Another thing with holidays that I really like is food. There is so much in holidays surrounding food, especially Halloween. They have such cute things online where you can do like spooky things or fun things and cute. There's cupcakes, cakes, cookies, all that kind of fun stuff. And just like the cozy vibes. I think it's one of the things I like about Christmas and Thanksgiving is also all the food because it's very comforting, very home, cozy vibes, especially when you're with your family. It's just a really good experience. We have a couple traditional like dishes in our house we make every single year, mostly casseroles. For Christmas, we usually have like this hash brown casserole that my mom makes. It's really good. And we have this biscuit ring with nuts and like apricot jelly. It's so good. And it really, to go home over winter break and be like, oh yes, I'm going to get these home cooked like traditional foods that I love so much. It's really good. And then green bean casserole for Thanksgiving, that's hands down my favorite. I love it so much. I don't know why. It's so good. Like it's so simple, but it's so good. Are you guys pie people? Because we go back and forth because like usually for birthdays it'll be okay, we're gonna have a cake, but usually over the holidays we'll have pies. I like chocolate pie or blueberry. Those are like my two favorites. I had to pick, but I go back and forth. I could really eat either one, but I'm slowly starting to lean towards pie the older I get. I'm not sure why, so it's kind of random, but I just like it. Sorry to kind of go off on a whole rant about food there. Circling back to the idea of Halloween, scary movies are a huge tradition. I used to not like scary movies that much, but I've tried to branch myself out, especially being a production major. I feel like I really should be branching out in terms of movies, but I really like some scary movies. The Halloween series don't really bother me. I watch those with Michael Myers, and those are pretty good. I don't mind those. I think the suspense, those are more suspenseful than anything, and that's kind of okay with me, but the gore, no, I can't do that. I don't like it. And then there was one movie called Truth or Dare. I thought that was pretty good. I liked it. The only thing about horror movies is they make the worst decisions, and that really bothers me because at a certain point it's why would you even do that? So they kind of make it harder on themselves, but it's hard to pick a favorite holiday for me. I think there's just so many of them, and they all mean different things to me. So it's kind of hard for me to pick in between. But I think one of the things I like about Halloween as much is it's in the fall. And I really like the fall. It's slowly becoming my favorite season. It's sweater weather. It's not too hot outside, but there's also like a breeze coming in, so it's getting colder. And you're still comfortable. You're not too hot. You're not like freezing cold. There's a good medium there. That is going to conclude today's show, guys. But before I go, I have a few things to remind you guys about. Baseball. Our next home game is going to be April 2nd against JMU, so please go support them. Lacrosse is April 6th against Wolford. That's a Saturday. Softball is going to be March 29th through the 30th against Winthrop. These are all home games. Men's tennis is March 30th and women's tennis is April 6th. Those are both against UNC Asheville. So please go out and support our athletics and RFR. Don't forget to follow Radio Free Radford to keep up with all of our updates. We have a Snapchat, Instagram, and a YouTube channel. Please go follow all of those. You're going to see some really sneak peeks behind the scenes. We have staff spotlights, day in the life, POVs, everything like that. And if you're curious in joining RFR, please talk to somebody about it, and we would love to have you on the staff. And of course, don't forget to tune into my show, Let's Talk About It, every Tuesday from 11 to 11:30. This has been Let's Talk About It with Jessica. Thank you guys. Have a great day.
We're back and better than ever.
The station with the best music. Best music.
I love the music.
Best music.
All the hits. The New River Valley's hit station. Radio Free Radford.
All right, crew, let's get her dug.